In a luxurious restaurant, two 12-year-old twins sit with their father. One, with a glowing white face, radiates attitude and mischief, while the other, with a cinematic dark complexion, is the embodiment of kindness. Suddenly, an old woman in tattered clothes enters, carrying a baby asleep in a dainty sling. Hunger and despair are written on her face. Without hesitation, the dark-faced twin fills a glass of milk and offers some cake to the baby. Every eye in the restaurant is drawn to her selfless act. Even her father and her mischievous sister are stunned. Witnessing this, the restaurant CEO announces that their father will become the manager of the restaurant. Kindness, they realize, can change lives in ways power and status never can. The restaurant was buzzing with soft laughter, clinking glasses, and the subtle aroma of baked delicacies. 12-year-old twins sat opposite each other, sharing a quiet meal with their father. The white-faced sister, her eyes sparkling with mischief, tossed a piece of bread into her mouth with a grin that was slightly irritating but undeniably charming. Beside her, the dark-faced twin glowed, not with vanity, but with a warmth that seemed to illuminate the space around her. She noticed the little things, a dropped napkin, a crying child, a waiter struggling with a tray, and quietly offered help wherever she could. The door creaked open, and suddenly the atmosphere shifted. A 50-year-old woman in tattered clothes entered, clutching a baby in a soiled sling. Her eyes pleaded silently for help, her steps heavy with exhaustion. Some patrons glanced away, uncomfortable or hesitant, but the dark-faced twin's gaze softened. She felt an instinctive pull in her chest. Without a word, she reached for a glass of milk and some cake that lay untouched on the table. Carefully, she offered it to the woman and the baby. Gasps of awe echoed softly through the restaurant. Patrons watched in astonishment as the tiny hands of the baby grasped the milk, and the woman's weary eyes glistened with tears. The dark-faced twin's father, who had always taken pride in raising compassionate children, felt his heart swell with pride and surprise. The white-faced twin, though initially skeptical, couldn't help but pause, her usual bravado melting into admiration. The twins' act of pure kindness sent ripples of warmth through the room, touching hearts that had long been hardened by routine or indifference. The restaurant CEO, a woman known for her keen eye for character, had been observing silently. Her lips curved into a smile. She realized that this simple act revealed the true measure of the father's parenting and the strength of character in his children. A soft announcement followed, elevating the father's status within the restaurant. It was a reminder that compassion, humility, and a generous heart are sometimes far more powerful than wealth or position. Days turned into weeks, and the story of the twins' kindness spread quietly but steadily. The little baby, once frail and hungry, began to thrive, nourished not only by food but by the care and attention of the dark-faced twin. Patrons returned, eager to witness the girl whose presence radiated warmth and humanity. The white-faced twin, with her mischievous energy, slowly began to appreciate the subtle, quiet power of selflessness. Their father, now managing the restaurant, often watched his daughters interact with the world. He noticed that true leadership wasn't about asserting authority. It was about empathy, understanding, and teaching by example. The dark-faced twin's small act of giving inspired not just strangers but everyone around her, including her sister. Each day, he felt a profound gratitude, realizing that raising children with integrity and kindness could influence entire communities. Even the CEO, who had once been stern and distant, now sought the twins' company, amazed by their natural ability to touch hearts. The luxurious restaurant, once just a place of status and appearances, became a space where humanity and compassion were celebrated, and where people were reminded that the simplest gestures could create lasting impact. The twins' contrasting personalities, one mischievous, one kind-hearted, blended into a story of love, empathy, and the power of doing good without expectation. The dark-faced twins' gentle ways taught a lesson that reverberated far beyond the walls of the restaurant, that kindness is not just an action, but a ripple that can awaken hope in others, transform lives, and even shift the course of destiny. True greatness lies not in wealth, status, or power, but in the kindness and compassion we show to others. The story of the twins reminds us that acts of selflessness, even small ones, can have profound consequences. When the dark-faced twin chose to feed the hungry baby, she didn't just satisfy physical hunger. She nourished hope, sparked inspiration, and touched hearts around her. Her actions reminded everyone in the restaurant that empathy is more powerful than judgment, and love can create change where nothing else can. Kindness has the ability to break barriers, dissolve prejudice, and build connections that transcend appearances. The twins' father, witnessing his daughter's generosity, realized that true parenting is measured not by accolades or societal approval, but by the values instilled in a child's heart. The mischievous twin learned that even playful attitude must be balanced with compassion, and the CEO's recognition highlighted that society thrives when good deeds are noticed and celebrated. The moral of this story is simple yet profound. The heart's light can illuminate darkness, and a single act of kindness can ripple into unexpected rewards. Life's true wealth lies not in possessions, but in the joy and hope we create for others. In a world often clouded by selfishness or indifference, choosing empathy over judgment, generosity over greed, and love over apathy can transform ordinary moments into extraordinary memories. This story is a testament to the timeless truth that the power of the heart, when guided by kindness, can inspire generations and leave a lasting impact on humanity.